In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create some of these wave effects and this look of sand dunes using ripped paper and glue collage techniques on our mixed media seascape. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to have all of our supplies ready. So we need to have at our table a tray with a little box container of glue and a brush for yourself and a brush for your partner. And there is a smiley face on your desk, and that is where your tray is going to go so that you and your partner can share. If you don't have a partner, then you are just going to take this back to your desk as is, leave the second brush alone, and you are just going to use the one brush yourself. Now, my friends who have even numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8, they are going to be the one who is going to be responsible for getting this and putting this away for them and their partner. My friends who have odd numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are going to be getting placemat paper from under the black arrow in the corner by the store for them and their partner. So they're going to get 2 of them. And again, if you don't have a partner or your partner is absent, you are going to just get paper for yourself. Now, after you do that, you are going to go back to the store, and on the back of the white table, we have a couple things. We have background paper, so that would be the area for the sky, and that's also going to be the area that everything will be glued to. That's called base paper. And we also have a bunch of different tans and brownish colors for your sand. So you will get one of these and one of these. And then also grab a crayon, a black crayon from the store, to write your name, your class code, so maybe it's like 1CS or 1R or 1W, whatever it is, and your desk number. So let's say you sit at desk number 15, you're gonna write your desk number and you're gonna draw a circle around it, and that's in the upper right hand corner of your desk. Then after you do that, you're gonna flip it over, and we're going to start by doing our ocean. Now we have our paper that we painted. At the very top, we want to have a straight edge. That's called a horizon line. So we're going to start from the sides. We're going to hold it long and tall. Start from the side, and we're going to rip. And then we're going to rip. And then we're going to rip straight across. And we're going to rip straight across. You're going to rip the whole thing straight across. And you can see the white ripped edge of the paper kind of looks like the crest on the water in the ocean. So once you have all your pieces of your ocean done, you're going to put that aside, and we're going to start gluing. Now I'm going to show you kind of a different technique for gluing than you probably are used to in class, where you're using glue sticks or glue bottles. So this is called the glue brush method. So I'm going to have this kind of on screen here so you can see it, but you're going to keep it on the smiley face in between you and your partner. So these open just like our crayon boxes, but they are not the crayon boxes, which is why I wrote glue on them. You're going to put the lid aside. Please don't put it on the table because you're going to get glue all over it. Leave it on the tray, and the tray is also where your brush will rest when you're not using it. Now that you have your paper turned over, your base paper without the side with your name, you're going to take your first piece with the straight edge, that's the only one that has to be straight, and you're going to apply glue to the back. And this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to slide my base paper out of the way because I always want this to be, whatever I'm gluing, to be on my placemat paper so that it doesn't wind up all over the desk. I'm going to dip the tip. Okay, it's not on the ferrule, not on the danger zone. And I am going to just paint the edges. Notice I didn't slop it in the middle. You want to make sure that you always glue your edges because that is going to keep your edges of your paper from flying up and away. All right, so then after you do that, you are going to place it not in the center of the paper. I'll show you here so you can see it a little better, but about 3/4 of the way up. And then we're going to press it down nice and firm so that we know it's on there. Now we're going to start to really build our water. Now you'll notice that these are paint brushes. You are only allowed to use the glue brushes that I give you on the tray. They're kind of old, really crummy brushes. Please, please, please do not use our nice new paint brushes for glue. They have fancy gold on them. That's how we know they're the good ones. And they're either green or red or sometimes blue. And they are just lovely. We don't want to ruin them by clunking them up with glue. These are nasty and they have a silver ferrule. If they're ever different, I will pause this video and tell you which nasty brushes we're using for now. But I digress. Let's get back on to where we were going. So now I'm going to continue to add my water on here. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I am going to be adding glue onto the back at the edges, and I will press it on like this. Now your pieces may go all the way across like this, and if they do, that's great too. So you will just glue this all the way down till you get to the bottom. So remember, we're putting the glue around here. Now if you accidentally get a little on your collage, the glue dries completely clear. So don't stress about that. And we're gonna flip it over and put it on there. So we wanna make sure that our edges are, actually I don't like that. I'm gonna put this one here. There we go. We wanna make sure that our straight edges are up against the side of the page. Then I'm gonna tuck this one in here. There we go. Okay, so then I would keep gluing to around the edges, okay, on my paper, and I'm keeping it on my placemat paper, not on the desk, because I want to protect my desk so that I have an easy cleanup. And whenever I'm not using my brush, I just rest it on the tray, not on the desk, not in the container where it's going to tip it over, and I am just going to layer these on all the way down. Now, once I'm done with this part, I'm gonna start working on my sand. So now that I have my ocean water done, I'm gonna start doing my sand. So I've chosen to use sort of a light brownish color, and the sandpaper is a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna hold it side to side, and I'm just going to rip, but I don't want to rip these straight. I want to kind of have them be almost hilly in some ways. So I'm kind of like pulling up a little and then across. And from there, oops, slide this up a little, I am going to glue this down with the same technique that I did with my water, where I'm going to glue my edges, not my middle. Okay, don't be globbing it in the middle, always on the edges. Okay, and then I will add another piece on top of this after I've glued it like this, and then it kind of has the look of hills of sand. Now, when it's time for cleanup, the person who got the glue is the person who puts it away. So first we wipe off the extra glue. We put the lid on. Now remember, the little dip part goes inside, and then you must snap this closed. Then you're going to go over to the store where you got your tray. You're going to put these brushes in this dirty glue brushes bin full of soapy water. Bristle side down, so the part that you glued with goes in there so that they can soak, and I will clean them later. Please don't put these with the clean brushes. Then your base paper can go in the garbage, and as always, artwork goes on the drying rack first so we can protect it. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to make the lighthouse, sailboats, and other beautiful details. Have fun!